Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me plus Q&A video. I was actually filming and then I rechecked my video and I got bored by the way I was talking, so I'm refilming it and I'm already halfway through my makeup. Like I've applied some foundation on my face. Let's just start the video. First question, which state are you from and when did you move to Delhi? Now that I think of, I never really introduced myself properly here. So my name is Omi Digyo and I'm from Arunachal Pradesh and I moved to Delhi this summer in July. So the second question is, where is my hometown and what is my tribe? So I'm basically from Bana, my village in Arunachal, and my tribe is called Aka, aka Aka. So third question is, why did you quit nursing school? There's just not one particular reason for quitting my degree. It goes long back to when I took gap for my competitive exam. I think I got lost in those years regarding my interest, my enthusiasm, or everything. And after joining college, I couldn't keep up with anything. I felt like I was losing myself even more. I hated going college. I knew I could push myself, but I stopped when I realized that I don't want to be in this profession and I can join somewhere else and actually be happy. I know I can thrive where I'm happy. My foundation is all dried up because I'm an introvert and I don't really speak that much. So to do a Q&A, I really have to think and then answer. So there's like long pauses in between, which I'm gonna cut. But therefore, my foundation is all dried up. So as I was saying, I wasn't happy in my college at all, and I started overthinking like how I'm getting older, and most of my classmates were really younger than me, like 3 to 4 years younger than me. One big reason was my age because I didn't want to become a nurse in my late 20s. Not to discourage anybody, I just couldn't keep up with that. So, the fourth question is, what are you pursuing and tips for moving to Delhi as a student? I'm currently doing a UI UX design course online. UI UX is about creating user friendly digital experiences. I'm still very fresh at it, so you'll see more about this course in my upcoming vlogs. And as for tips to someone moving to Delhi as a student would be, do your research about the area you're gonna stay at. Because when I first moved to Delhi, my first rent in Delhi was in 2022. I was super lucky that my cousin was here and she was of great help. She knew the city well. So if you don't have anyone here in Delhi, then stay close or nearby your college or school as you said student, and take a place nearby metro for your transportation. So all in all, according to me, food is affordable here in Delhi, transportation is also affordable. The only thing that is expensive is rent, for me, according to me. The fifth question is, how has transition to design or content creation been? I would say it has been amazing because I've always wanted to vlog and I love this platform. I love everything about vlogging, how it allows me to share my perspective with everyone, and people with same thoughts and interests relate to me, like you guys. Like, I have never considered myself to be I have never considered myself to be a creative person, and I really admire people who are creative, and this platform I think is my creative outlet. This transition has been amazing because I finally understand the things that I'm doing. I'm creating things on my own. And also when I was in college, even though the subject was familiar, I was not at all excited to learn about the subject, which is very out of character for me because I've always been very excited about learning. But now, every morning when I wake up, I do my morning routine and I'm super excited to do this course. The sixth question is, what was your biggest challenge this year and how have you grown from that? I think all of my questions are gonna revolve around one same thing, is that me dropping out of college, because that is one big thing that happened to me this year. So I think my biggest challenge this year would be the process of me joining the college to dropping out of it. Because after 4 years of gap, I realized that my brain is not as strong as it used to be. One thing that I consider to be my weakness is that I find it very hard to accept certain things. And I used to be a very academic person. I mean, I always thought I would have very normal academic experience, like middle school to high school to college to job, but it didn't happen. So dropping out of college was a really big thing for me, and accepting that I'm not that person anymore was even harder, because after years of failure I really wanted to prove others and also myself then that I am capable of all those things, but I wasn't happy at all. And how have you grown from that? One most important thing that I learned from that is the value of time, because those 4 years I really took my own sweet time to make any decision. Nothing was serious to me at that time. I was young and I thought there's always tomorrow, so I took things for granted, and now I'm suffering. So I'm never gonna make that mistake again of thinking there's always tomorrow. I also think that I grew a lot on a personal level. I understand things better now. This year, I think I learned the importance of prioritizing careful thinking before making any decision, because most of the things from my past are very blurry to me, but or I remember it vaguely. So I feel like I didn't put much thought into any of my decision, but I'm very careful of that. And also, I'm learning to discipline myself, because I've grown up in hostels my whole life and I've always had someone to guide me, wake me, and correct my mistakes. But now I'm old enough to do that for myself. But discipline is hard and I'm still learning. And also, I think with every experience, I have learned a lot about myself. Now I know what works for me and what not. So there's less room for all mistakes and more room for new learning. Next question is something you love about yourself. I love my calm energy. I used to be a very short tempered and whatever, but over the years I became chill and calm as a person. Like, I don't like making a fuss about anything. I say where I think is needed, and if it's not necessary, then I don't bother to discuss it any further, except with my boyfriend. Yeah. Now, next question. Now that you've moved to Delhi, are you in a long distance relationship? Yes, I'm currently in a long distance relationship. Some of your favorite books. My goal for a very long time now has been to read a lot of books, but I've managed to read only a handful of books recently. So I have 3 recommendations or 4 from my book collection. First, I've written it down, so I'm gonna read it out. First is Kite Runner. The first book that made my heart ache physically is Kite Runner. Such a beautiful, sad story. Please give it a try. Kite Runner is about 2 young boys. It's about their friendship. It's about their growth. I mean, you'll get to know it. It's a very sad story. I think I'm not explaining it. I think I'm not explaining it well, because I really don't want to give you spoiler. Like, it's a really beautiful book, so give it a try. And the second book that I would like to recommend is a self-help book. It is a very famous book called Atomic Habits. I read this during COVID second lockdown. It helped me a lot. But the thing is with self-help book, you cannot read it like a fiction book. So I didn't complete it, but whenever I felt like I needed to inculcate a good habit, then I read this. Discipline is something that I really want to work on, and this book really emphasizes on discipline. So that is my second recommendation. And the third book I would say is Norwegian Woods by Murakami. I've had this book for a really long time, but I recently read this and it's a beautiful book. I think this is a perfect winter book. It is sad. One might find it kind of depressing, but I really love sad stories, so give it a try. It was such a good book, at least for me. And the last question is, do you follow a diet? I didn't even finish my makeup. Let me quickly do my lip and then I'm over. I don't follow a strict diet, but I have put some restriction to certain food, like I avoid sugar, milk, and red meat. I try to avoid the dairy products as well, but I really love butter. I really love butter with rice, and I love to take rice every day. But recently me and my cousin we started meal planning, so we try to include as much as greens as possible. So I think that answers your question. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for engaging in my Q&A, because I really love watching Q&As and listening to different perspectives, and I really loved all the questions. I think I was in a hurry to answer some of the questions because I had to do my makeup and I'm very bad at multitasking, so forgive me if my answers didn't meet your question. But thank you so much for watching. Sending lots of love and warm hugs to you guys. Hope you have a wonderful festive season this year. See you in my next video. I love you guys.